Hello students, we will begin with revision of chapter number 7 lenses for standard 10th. This chapter carries 6 marks with option and 4 marks without option. Again this chapter is very lengthy, therefore the revision will be taken in 2 parts. So this is part 1 of the video. What is a lens? A lens is a transparent medium which is bounded by two surfaces, out of which at least one surface is a spherical surface. A ray of light gets refracted twice while passing through the lens, once while entering the lens and once while emerging from the lens. What is a convex lens? A lens which has both the spherical surfaces puffed up outwards is called as a convex lens or a double convex lens. This lens is thicker at the center as compared to the edges. What is a concave lens? A lens with both the surfaces curved inwards is called as a concave lens or a double concave lens. This lens is thinner at the center as compared to the edges. The types of lenses are given to you. That is, a diagram of types of lenses can be given to you. You will have to identify the lenses and write down the names of the lenses against each diagram. So here 6 lenses are there. You can be given 4 lenses for which you will have to write down the name, so that each labeling will carry 2 marks. So this is a biconvex lens. This is a plano-convex because one side is straight and the other side is bulging outwards. So it's a plano-convex lens. Plano-concave, one side is plane and the other side is curved inwards. It's a biconcave lens because both the surfaces are curved inwards. This is positive meniscus where one side is bulging inwards and the other side is bulging outwards. So here this lens is thicker in the middle than at the edges. Negative meniscus, this side is bulging outwards and it is curved inwards. So it is thinner at the center as compared to the edges. So it's negative meniscus. Definitions related to the concepts of lenses. Explain the following terms where the definition carries 1 mark each. Center of curvature, the centers of the spheres whose part form the surfaces of the lenses are called as the centers of curvature of the lenses. Radius of curvature, capital R, the radii of the spheres whose part form the surfaces of the lenses are called as radii of curvatures of the lenses. Then define principal axis of a lens. The imaginary straight line passing through the two centers of curvature of a lens is called as the principal axis of the lens. Optical center of a lens. A point inside a lens which lies on the principal axis through which the light rays pass without any deviation or without changing their path is called as the optical center of the lens. Define principal focus of a convex lens. So this is a convex lens. These are the incident rays of light which are parallel to the principal axis and are incident on the convex lens. So after refraction, all these rays of light converge at a point on the principal axis. This point is called as principal focus of a convex lens. So when rays of light parallel to the principal axis are incident on a convex lens, they converge at a point on the principal axis. This point is called as the principal focus of a convex lens. Principal focus is denoted by capital F. A lens has two principal foci, F1 and F2. One will be behind the lens and one will be in front of the lens. Principal focus of a concave lens. Here this is a concave lens. These rays of light are incident rays of light which are incident on a concave lens and are parallel to the principal axis. Now when the rays of light get refracted, we see that the rays of light get diverged in such a way that when extended backwards they appear to meet at a point on the principal axis. So this point is called as a principal focus of a concave lens. So define principal focus of concave lens. When rays of light parallel to principal axis are incident on a concave lens, they diverge after refraction such that they appear to be coming from a point on the principal axis. This point is called as principal focus of a concave lens. Now, if we take the distance between the principal focus and the optical center of the lens, we get focal length of the lens. So, focal length is denoted by small f. The distance between the principal focus and optical center of the lens is called as focal length of the lens. What are the rules for drawing ray diagrams for the formation of image by a convex lens? This is a very important question for 3 marks. Now whenever you write down every rule, see to it that you are drawing the diagram. For example, if the rule is, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray passes through the focus f2 of the lens. If the incident ray passes through the focus of the lens, then the refracted ray is parallel to the principal axis. If the incident ray passes through the optical center of the lens, then it passes through it undeviated. So, each point carries 1 mark. Practice all the 6 ray diagrams for convex lenses. When the object is at infinity, when the object is beyond 2f1 I mean, when the object is at 2f1, when the object is between f1 and 2f1, when the object is at f1, and when the object is between f1 and O. So practice these ray diagrams. These carry 3 marks. For drawing the diagram, 2 marks, and for describing the nature, position and size of the image, 1 mark. Question based on ray diagrams can be asked in this format also. This question was asked in the tabular form for 3 marks in one of the exams. So here you can see in the table position of object, position of image, size of image and nature of image are the 4 columns given, and you will find that there is a blank in one of the column. Like for example, if the position of the image is at f2, the image is a point sized image, and if the nature of the image is real and inverted, then the position of the object is kept at infinity. If the object is at 2f1, position of image is at 2f2 and a real and inverted image is formed, then in that case the size of the image is same as the size of the object. If the object is kept between f1 and optical center, that is within the focal length of the lens, and the image is formed on the same side of the lens as the object, the image is very large in size, then the nature of the image is virtual and erect. When the object is kept beyond 2f1, smaller size of the image is obtained, the image is real and inverted, then in that case the image is formed between f2 and 2f2. If the image is formed at infinity, image is very large and real and inverted, in that case the object is kept at f1. Now if you know the ray diagrams, if you know how to draw the ray diagrams, you can very easily fill in the blanks which are given in the table. This was another question which was asked in the board for 2 marks. Observe the figure and complete the table. So in the table, position of the object, position of the image, size of the image and nature of the image were asked, and you had to fill in the other side of the table. So what is the position of the object here? Between f1 and O, or you can also write within the focal length of the lens. What is the position of the image? The image is formed beyond 2f1 on the same side of the lens as that of the object. Size of the image is magnified or enlarged. Nature of the image, it's a virtual image because you can see that the rays are produced behind the lens. So when the rays are extended behind the lens, it's a virtual image, and it's an erect image. So the nature of the image is virtual and erect. At what position will you keep an object in front of a convex lens so as to get a real image of the same size as that of the object, and draw the figure? Now in this case, if the real image has to be obtained and if the image has to be of the same size as that of the object, then the object should be kept at 2f1. So if you are drawing the figure for ray diagram for convex lens, the object should be kept at 2f1. The image will be obtained at 2f2. What are the Cartesian sign convention for refraction of light by lens, and draw a neat label diagram for the same. This question carries 5 marks. 3 marks are for writing down the sign conventions and 2 marks are for drawing the diagram. So when you are drawing the diagram for the Cartesian sign conventions, you will have to show the conventions for both convex lens as well as the concave lens. So what are the Cartesian sign conventions? In case of lenses, the optical center O of the lens is taken as the origin and principal axis is the x-axis of the coordinate system. Now for writing down 6 points, you will get 3 marks, that is each point will carry half mark. So what is the first convention? The object is always placed on the left hand side of the lens. So this point, 1 point will carry half mark. Then whatever distances are measured parallel to the principal axis, those are measured from the optical center of the lens. So all distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the optical center of the lens. Then all distances which are measured to the right of the origin are positive, while all distances which are measured to the left of the origin are taken as negative. Distances which are measured above the principal axis are positive, distances which are measured below the principal axis are negative. So distances measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis are positive. Distances measured perpendicular to and below the principal axis are taken as negative. Focal length of convex lens is always positive, focal length of concave lens is negative. What is lens formula? Here only the formula is important. So there is a relationship between object distance u, image distance v and the focal length of the lens, which is called as the lens formula. I said the lens formula is very important for solving the numerical. So what is the lens formula? 1 upon v minus 1 upon u is equal to 1 upon f. Then what is the magnification produced by a lens? Once again here formula of magnification is very important. The magnification M produced by a lens is a ratio of height of the image h2 to the height of the object h1. So M will be equal to h2 upon h1, which is also equal to v upon u, where v is the image distance and u is the object distance. So formula of M is equal to h2 upon h1 is equal to v upon u. Now this can be asked in objective type of questions. The magnification produced by a lens is always positive when virtual image is formed, and the magnification will be negative when the real image is formed. Real image is always inverted, virtual image is always erect. What is power of a lens? This definition is very important. Power of lens is defined as the capacity of a lens to converge or diverge the incident rays. It is the reciprocal of focal length, which is taken in meters. So power of lens P is equal to 1 upon F. What is the unit of power of lens? Diopters. How is it denoted? It is denoted by capital D. Answer the following questions with reference to power of a lens. So these are all short answer questions of 1 mark each. What is the power of a lens? The power of a lens is defined as the capacity of a lens to converge or diverge the incident rays. It is the reciprocal of focal length taken in meters. So definition of power of lens. What is the unit of power of lens? Diopter. What is the sign for the power of a convex lens and concave lens? Power of convex lens is positive, power of concave lens is negative. If there is an increase or decrease in the focal length of a lens, what will be the effect on power of lens? We know that the power of lens is the reciprocal of focal length taken in meters. So since P is reciprocal of focal length, then if there is an increase in focal length, the power of lens will decrease, and if there is a decrease in the focal length of a lens, the power of the lens will increase. Next question. If there are two lenses of focal lengths f1 and f2 and they are kept in contact with each other, state the formula for the focal length of the combination of the two lenses. In that case, the focal length of the combination of the two lenses will be 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon f1 plus 1 upon f2. Here f1 will be the focal length of the first lens and f2 will be the focal length of the second lens. Similarly, if there are two lenses which are having powers P1 and P2, then what will be the formula for the power of the combination of the two lenses? So the power of combination of the two lenses will be P is equal to P1 plus P2. Distinguish between concave lens and convex lens. You know distinguish between is asked for 2 marks, but you have to write down 4 points indistinguish between. So you can write down about the surfaces of concave and convex lenses. You know that in concave lenses both the surfaces are curved inwards. In convex lenses both the surfaces are bulged outwards or puffed up outwards. Since the surfaces are curved inwards, the concave lens is thicker at the edges than in the middle. And in convex lens, you will find that the lens is thicker in the middle than at the edges. Focal length of concave lens is negative, focal length of convex lens is positive. Concave lens forms only virtual image, convex lens forms real as well as virtual image. Concave lens forms only diminished image, but convex lens can form magnified image or a diminished image or same sized image. These are some objective type questions. The height of the image formed by an object of height 10 centimeters placed in front of a plane mirror is dash. So if an object is kept in front of a plane mirror, the size or the height of the object is same as that of the image. So if the height of the object is 10 centimeters, the height of the image will also be equal to 10 centimeters. Inside water, air bubble behaves like a concave lens. A lens does not produce any deviation of ray of light passing through its dash. The ray of light does not get deviated when it passes through the optical center. A convex lens always forms a virtual image. False. A convex lens can form a real image or a virtual image depending upon the position of the object. A concave lens is a converging lens. False. A concave lens is a diverging lens because it diverges the rays of light passing through it or falling on it. Torch contains a concave lens. Camera contains a convex lens. There are three lenses having power 2 diopter, 2.2 diopter and 1.7 diopter. They are kept touching in a row. So the total power of the lens combination will be, when the lenses are touching each other, then the total power of their combination is given by the formula P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3, because here there are three lenses. So P will be is equal to 2 plus 2.2 plus 1.7 diopter, which is equal to 5.9 diopter. This chapter contains numericals, so practice the numericals, especially 1, 2, 3 and 4 are very important. That is, the numericals based on focal length and power of lens are very important. Draw a neat label diagram of human eye. This question also has been asked many times in the board, so practice the diagram of human eye with at least minimum 2 labelings. Let's do a quick study of the functions of the parts of the human eye. First, cornea. The cornea is a thin transparent membrane through which light rays enter into the human eye. So maximum refraction of light rays take place through the cornea. Iris. The muscles surrounding the pupil is called as the iris. The iris controls the size of the pupil. When the incident light outside is very bright, then the muscles of the iris will stretch to reduce the size of the pupil. And when the surrounding light is dim, the muscles of the iris will relax to increase the size of the pupil. So what is the iris doing? The iris controls the size of the pupil, thereby regulating the amount of light entering the eye. Pupil. The pupil controls and regulates the amount of light that enters the eye, and you know that the contraction and the dilation of the pupil completely depends upon the muscles of the iris. So the pupil contracts when there is too much of light, and the pupil dilates when the light around is insufficient, thereby changing the amount of light that is entering the eye. Lens. The lens provides fine adjustment of focal length to form a real and a sharp inverted image of the object on the retina. You please remember this. This is the function of the lens. Just remember that the focal length of the eye lens for a normal eye in the relaxed position of the eye muscles is 2 centimeters, about 2 centimeters, and the second focal point of the eye lens of the normal eye is on the retina. Retina is a light sensitive screen. When light falls on the retina, the light cells get activated. Which light cells are present in the retina? The cone shaped cells and the rod shaped cells. So these cone shaped cells and the rod shaped cells get activated. They generate electric signals, and these signals are carried by the optic nerves to the brain. The brain interprets the signals and processes the information such that we perceive the object as it is. Ciliary muscles. In the relaxed position of the ciliary muscles, the lens is thin and a sharp image of the distant object is formed on the retina. So we can see the distant object very clearly. When the object is very close to the eye, then the ciliary muscles will contract and the curvature of the lens will increase. That is, the lens becomes fat or the lens becomes thicker. So this decreases the focal length of the lens and a sharp image of the nearby object will be formed on the retina. So we can see the nearby objects clearly.